Welcome back to my channel. Hello, I am back and I am back with some shortbread thumbprint cookies. These are really easy, they're really fun. Today I'm showing you 3 different ways to decorate them. So there's frogs, of course, love a good frog in everything. Mushrooms and bees, bumblebees. You can do this if you're like 150 years old, 200 years old, 2 years old, I believe in you. If you're an alien, if you're a cat, yeah, cats, aliens, 500 years old, vampires. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. That helps me so much. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Here are all the ingredients in front of me. You don't need many. This is it, and I'll put all the ingredients in the caption down below for you. There is sugar and butter, which you're going to mix first, and then the flour, and then to flavour it, you can just use vanilla. I'm going to use a bit of cardamom as well. And then when you're decorating the bees, you can use flaked almonds, but you don't have to use those. Like if you've got a nut allergy or something, you can just pipe them on. And then you're filling them with jam. So red for the mushrooms, marmalade, I was gonna say yellow marmalade for the bumblebees, and you can dye that green and then get the frogs. And then you got all your food dyes. You need black and green, and you don't actually need white, but I like using a bit of white to make the icing like really vibrant white rather than slightly, I don't know, it goes a bit slightly transparent. And then icing sugar and a bit of water to make like a quick icing. First, we're going to make the shortbread. It is just butter, sugar, and flour, and then either vanilla, cardamom, both of them, whatever flavourings that you want to put in there. So add the butter in, add the caster sugar in, whisk it up in the mixer. You don't have to use the mixer, you could just use like a handheld electric whisk. So I've used the machine to make this, but you can literally just get a spatula and bash it like this. As long as your butter's smooth, it's gonna combine really nicely. It's funny, Nabil makes fun of me because when I mix, I stick my elbow up. He's like, why are you doing that? So that is your butter and sugar combined, soft, smooth. You want to add your flavour, so just chuck in, I never really measure of a teaspoon, just chuck in roughly a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. You can just leave it at that, or you can add whatever flavourings you want. I love cardamom, so I'm going to add like a teaspoon of cardamom just to give it a bit more flavour. Mix that by hand, then chuck in all your flour. So it feels like the flour is going to take a while to mix in, but it's not. It's going to come together really fast all of a sudden. My technique is use the back of your spatula, really get in there and be forceful. So press the butter and flour against the side of the bowl. Don't do this, because that's not going to do very much apart from work the flour, just smush it. That's the technical term, go swoosh. Sprinkle your work surface with flour. You can be kind of generous with it. Get a bit on your hands, then get your bowl back in, and you want to combine all of this into a ball. So just squish. Another one of my technical terms, squish it. Keep squishing it together. You actually want to do this as fast as you can. You don't want to faff about with the dough. Although you don't really want to knead shortbread, you just want to combine it into a ball, smush, that's it, done. So you want to squish this into like a log shape, nice log, and then you want to chop it into about 16 pieces, though sometimes my pieces are not very equal, so then I weigh them for precision, but I kind of enjoy the weighing side of things. But you do not have to do that. You just go with the flow. Okay, I'm gonna stop faffing. There we go. We've got 16 pieces, stop faffing, that is it. I mean, that's not it, because we've gotta turn them into things. So you're just gonna roll this piece between your palms of your hands, a roughly round kind of shape, and do that with all of them. So sometimes it helps initially, because they're a bit more dry, just to smush them together, and that kind of, I don't know why, but kind of just sort of melds it together a little bit, and then you get a smoother ball. So each of your round balls, you are going to slightly flatten them all, flat, flat, flat. There's different designs. So for the bumblebees, you just want one big ovalish shape in the center. For the mushrooms, you're gonna want, well, like the head of the mushroom bit. I don't know what you call that, what the technical term is. Somebody will know, you can tell me. And then for the stem of the mushroom, I've got this little tool, but you don't have to use it. You can use like the back end of a chopstick or a spoon or something. So you're just gonna indent where the stem is going to be. And then for the frog, I love the frog, you wanna just get a round shape because it's the frog's head, and then use your tool or something similar to poke out where the eyes are going to be so that your frog can see. Hello! You want a kitten food? What do you think? These are my biscuits. There's no cats there, I'm sorry, but there's frogs. So I've thumbprinted / indented, fingerprinted all of my shortbread cookies. They are all gonna go onto the baking trays, and then obviously to make them into cute things, gotta fill them with jam, an assortment of jam, strawberry jam, or this is actually lingonberry spread actually. I might need to go get some actual strawberry jam. I've got these little, you can't see them, these little flaked almonds here, and they are gonna be for the bee wings. But as I said before, they are optional. So for the bees, you put in your marmalade. I mentioned earlier you can use flaked almonds. For the wings, if you don't want to use nuts, you can just use icing to pipe on the wings later. So either or is fine. For the mushrooms, you add the strawberry or raspberry jam or whatever into the cap part of the mushroom. That's what it's called, the cap. Do not fill the stalk area with jam. You're gonna add icing to fill that area in later. And then for the frogs, you're gonna add a bit of green food dye to your marmalade, mix it up, really nice kind of sludgy green, and then you fill your frog shape with that. And then chill them in the fridge for like 30 minutes, or I just put them in the freezer because it's a lot quicker, for 10 minutes. Now these are chilled, they're gonna go into the oven. So you want them like slightly brown on top, but not too much. Whilst they're baking, you can make the quick icing that you're going to use to decorate. Do add the little details. So you're going to put your icing sugar in a small bowl because it's only a small quantity, because we only need a small quantity. And then you're going to gradually add a little bit of water. Let me get some water. I start with a couple teaspoons, maybe 2 to 3 teaspoons, mix it in. Do not add too much. It'll feel like it's not coming together and then suddenly comes together and it's too liquid if you add too much water. So just add the water very gradually, small increments. So you want the consistency to be about like this. So it holds a trail for a bit and then eventually that trail will disappear. So you need more white icing than you need black, so just spoon a bit out for the black, put it in a separate bowl container, miniature cup. Add a small amount of the black food dye to the smaller quantity, mix it all in, and sometimes you may find that it's not properly black yet. One tip is just to set it aside, wait 5 minutes, come back to it, and you'll find that it's gone darker. But also you do need a good quality black food dye. And for the white icing, this is totally optional, just leave it as it is if you want, but I always add a little bit of white food dye because I find it makes it more opaque, it makes the white like truly zingy white and it pops. So put the black icing in one piping bag, put the white icing in another piping bag, super easy. You can just knot the tops so that the icing doesn't squeeze all out of the top, and that would be very bad. And then cut a very small tip on both of them. And you're all ready to get decorating. So So look, they are out of the oven now. I've just put them on the cooling rack and they've finished cooling now. Just to mention, after they come out of the oven, they'll be soft, and then once they're cool, they firm up so you can pick them up. So don't worry if they come out, they will come out soft. And then now they're ready to decorate. I've got my black and white icing. I've cut a small opening on each of them, and yeah, just watch and see how I decorate it. So for the eye and smile and the stinger, you might want a piping bag with a tip that's even smaller than the other one because it's more detailed. And this is totally optional, but if you want, you can add little sprinkle cheeks to your frogs. This is how you can pipe the wings on. So that is the cookies, frogs, mushrooms and bees. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. That really helps me very, very much. And let me know if you have any questions, ask in the comments. And if you make these, let me know. I'd love to see pictures. Just tag me on the pictures anywhere. Hope you enjoy. Bye.